Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We have ZeloT going up against Rush. The map is Eclipse. I'm interested recently in Eclipse Terran vs. Zerg in general, and I'm also interested in ZeloT's emerging style that he's been working on pretty relentlessly on the ladder of heavy mutalisk harassment into Manzerg. Manzerg, of course, being Hydra Lurker, but not on a hive. No defilers needed, apparently, or maybe they are, because he hasn't been super successful in the games that I've casted and watched with this strategy, but it does seem like it has potential. So let's see what that's going to look like here against Rush, who is absolutely one of the greatest Terrans in the world, arguably the best. Okay. Hope you guys are enjoying. I want to thank everyone for tuning into ArtosisCasts, of course. You guys are fantastic. I want to also say I appreciate everyone who has signed up on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Artosis. You guys really are amazing. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll have CNSL coming up, which I've helped to fund out of that Patreon and everything as well. But yeah, a big thanks to anyone who has checked that out in the past. The link is in the description if you'd like to. No problem. Please just enjoy the games. And of course, spread the word about Brood War still being alive and well. Not just alive and well. This is the best RTS. It will probably always be the best RTS. It is the most watched RTS. Yeah, it's winning all over the place. It's crazy. It's amazing that a game this old is doing this well. And yeah, I think it is one of the very few games that are never going to go away. I think we're always going to have Counter-Strike. I think we're always going to have StarCraft. I think we're always going to have League of Legends. You know, let's see, what else? I think we're always going to have Melee. The thing is, some of these get updated, right? League of Legends gets updated. Counter-Strike gets updated. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know if that matters as much or not, because it's not exactly like a new game, but just like continual updates, which kind of refresh. The thing is, I don't think StarCraft 1 will ever get updated, and I think that that's the way it should and needs to be. Unless we get into a really, really broken game state that no one can figure out for like a year, I don't ever want there to be the thought of a patch. And the thing is, I don't think we'll get into that game state because the skill level is just too high. There's just too many things you can improve upon to fix bad situations. So, by the way, I've been talking a lot during this, so I kind of skimmed over the opening. This is a command center first on high ground with the barracks in the main base. So this is kind of like you have some potential to hold pool first by doing command center first here, and it's better against drone harassment, which actually happens on this map really, really often. It's actually surprising ZeloT did not send a drone down. But a lot of times they'll send a drone. You know, like things like 8 racks can be scary here. So like sending the drone and harassing that can be nice. A lot of people wall. If you're walling, you know, the drone harass does well there as well. So just a few thoughts on that. I think it's actually kind of a smart meta play from Rush to make the command center the main base for that. And obviously you lose some time floating down, probably about a whole SCV's worth of time, plus the mining time that you won't get. But still, I think that this is a really reasonable idea for the map. It's like not as good as command center first on location, but better against a lot of things that can happen against that. Okay, ZeloT with the single sunken. We've seen this from him before. He didn't really know what was going on because this was in the main base. That's another thing, I guess, that I should point out here, is because the command center was in the main base and there was no command center down here, suddenly you're like, oh, it's a tech build. Might be a vulture. Throw down a sunken. If you don't know if there's a vulture or not, you have to put down the sunken because one vulture will kill you otherwise. Okay. Stim on the way. Spire coming up. Man, I hope this game goes into that Manzerg style. Third base. Oh, that's an interesting third base. Now this leads me to believe that it will be a Guardian Rush. This is the type of position ZeloT likes to take if he is going to be going for pure aggression the entire game and trying to finish you. Which he kind of always does, but specifically with Guardian Rushes, he takes bases towards his opponent. Okay, the Marine Medic push out is coming. Second Sunken gets started. Mutas are already on the way. If this takes a sharp turn and goes after this hatchery, Rush is going to be really ahead. But if the mutas come out, generally you're not able to quite push this down. And in fact, he's checking for this base. This is the more common base. Generally, you won't utilize your scans to look for the expansions, which Zerg uses against you by doing something like this. All right, the first muta's coming up, and he's going to check top left too, because occasionally you get a Zerg that takes top left because it has double gas. But of course, that's much easier for Terran to attack. It's much more risky because it's got the double ramps. And really, it's much more wide open as well. Even if they have lurkers kind of centralized, you can kind of run around them and deal damage still. Okay, the first mutas come in. +1 and range are on the way right now for Rush. Throwing down some missile turrets as well. Oh, that's pretty cool missile turrets. I normally go here. And that's... I wonder if that's better. It's a little bit closer to the edge, so a little bit easier to kill. So just some light micro here on either side. Zealot looking to reduce the Marine Medic count. Rush keeping out his forward group so he can threaten a counterattack. And he's not afraid, like Zealot's not afraid right now of a counterattack on his natural, but he is afraid of a potential counterattack on this third base since he doesn't have any defense there. So his +1 is still coming up. Ooh, yeah, that third turret kind of nice as well. All right, adding a 4th Rax right now while he does tech up a little bit. Really good defense so far here. Zealot's not finding any damage. Rotates out some of his hurt mutas. Comes back with that full group once again. It's very good defense from Rush. He's doing an excellent job of kind of keeping these mutas back. It's maybe the least damage I've seen Zealot get with mutas. Maybe ever. Hasn't really tried to dive into here yet, but honestly, that's pretty good defense as well. I want to just click over here real quick. Okay, Hydralis Den. Marine is going to find this. Okay, nothing else really going on right now. Lurker upgrade is being upgraded. We'll see if he throws in an evolution chamber soon. He does like to get his +1 carapace. Okay, he's actually committing here. You know, he does, again, have that +1 attack, so he will actually take everything out there. This bio group starts to move out, I think, towards that third base, but Zealot is going to jump on top of the barracks. And this is the ultimate kill move against Terran, is getting on top of production facilities. So Rush starts to come back, but actually this is a very small Marine and Medic count. This is only 12. There was actually maybe still a little bit of finish potential if he stayed in this area and microed against the Marines as they came up. But I think he started to get nervous that maybe his third base would be hit. Because that's where it gets really messy. You lose your third base as Zerg, and Terran has a lot of comeback potential. All right, flies away a bit. Utilize that scan to try to hit any mutas that stayed. Throwing down just a missile turret at the front. Gonna have his science vessels coming out pretty soon. Carapace is now on the way. A lot of Hydras being sent down to be turned into Lurkers. You know, no add-on on a factory. The factory is just floating, and he knows that. So a massive burrow of Lurkers in the front is one very good way to win. Starting to morph these eggs. So he's got 4 morphing Lurkers right now. It takes about 5 to hold a choke of this size. 4 might do as well, but notice how Rush is moving out. Rush knows pretty much what's up here. Puts down a bunker as well just in case and starts the add-on. If your opponent is not going Hive, 100% of the time you need that add-on. It's just like if they're not going Hive, they're putting so much money into Lurkers that Marine Medic probably won't deal with them on their own. Okay, is this going to be a hold position trap? It looks like it. So that's a trap right there. These won't shoot. Oh my god, they weren't. So I guess he's just going to use those for zoning right now. Might have been a mistake, might not. Okay, kills off these missile turrets. Going after some of the Marines, or the SCVs. Well, accidentally kills his own SCV there. Okay, Zealot having to back off a little bit. More Lurkers are being made. Picks off that Overlord finally. That's kind of nice. Another macro hatchery. Or the first macro hatchery, really, this game. And there's the second. I haven't seen the actual Hydra upgrades yet, like speed and range. But if he's going to go for this type of style, he is going to need those as well. This is... Actually, this feels like a little bit dangerous. I guess because he's just barely on high ground there, it kind of works. Because if you try to break this as rush, you're just going to miss some shots, and that's going to screw you up. And there's the Hydralisk speed. So he is, once again, trying to go for this Manzurg style. And again, like, I don't think for this map this is the best strategy. I know it's not. Because most Terrans feel like this map against really top-end Hive Zergs is impossible. Well, the Muse flying in again. Okay. Well, it takes an Irradiate, which, you know, getting a Muta irradiated right now is pretty good, because you want your Lurkers to basically stay alive as long as possible. Now, this is pure siege tanks being made from one factory for Rush. They are a little bit slow. But as you build that siege tank count and you have, like, really steady macro of your Marines and Medics, like, look at this. He's about to have 1-1. Huge amount of supply in Marine and Medic, and then you have the siege tank, so the Lurkers can't just sit there. So you kind of force them into a different position, the unburrow, and eventually he's going to hope to push all the way across and just push through the natural. So eventually what we'll have from Zealot is him taking all of his Lurkers and running them all up at once, and what you're hoping to have done there by then as Rush is have enough Bioforces that you pop enough Lurkers before they burrow that your whole army doesn't get killed. This is just to slow him down a little bit, make him bring the tanks to the front. Leaves one there. Not sure why. I think maybe just trying to buy some time or something. Russia's army definitely looks a bit stronger here, without question. That is a lot of Lurkers, though. That is 13 Lurkers right there. A bunch of Hydras coming out. They don't have their range upgrade quite yet. They do have +1 carapace to go against a +1 attack, so that's something. Honestly, I think Defense Matrix is the best thing you could do here. You could irradiate one of these Lurkers, and it's okay too, but I think Defense Matrix would be, like, real strong here. Just generally, when they do a move like this, like, they'll dive in hard, and if you can save even one tank for a bit, it makes a big difference. Okay, an Irradiate goes off on a Hydra. That's the worst thing you could do. Okay, here we go. He's going to try to shove in with his Lurkers. I just don't think it's going to work. Yeah. So basically the Marines and Medics are slaughtering everything in the front, and the Lurkers, like, kind of cleared the tanks. Oh, man. Like, 1 health tanks. Tanks for all the Lurkers. Yeah. This game is pretty much over. He's even set up an eraser down here. Okay. So we keep watching Zealot try to make this work. And he shouldn't give up just because the games we've seen haven't really been that close. I think, in particular, this map is not the best choice for it. Although Hydra Lurker can be good here anyways. It's just that consistent siege tank production, as you can see, if you macro really well as Rush, it's really hard to get that engage off. When you run the Lurkers up and everything, and his army was kind of split. Like, once you get here, you know, you're pushing into such a choke, he has to flank, and then it's... The Marines just go where the Hydras are, and the tanks take care of the Lurkers. So, tough game. Let me know if you think Zealot's going to figure something out with this build or not. Maybe on a different map, a bigger map. It'll work a bit better. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.